first time I knew about singing was at the age of 4 on 4th Street in Black Bottom. My mother had me from a porch on a pillow, and I was singing the song that she was teaching me all of my appointed time. It was a spiritual song. And then as I got older, I don't remember doing any type of singing, period, until junior high school. And we had the Glee Club, they called it. In my group, it was 40 or 50 people. And we had two-part harmony, but we thought we were really singing, you know. And as I got older, then I began to realize that there was something about me singing. Other people were telling me, you really sound good, man. You know, you should really try and record a record. And I said, record a record? You gotta be kidding. How do you make records? You know, I never really knew how to get into the aspect of recording. And during that period of time, walking down Grand River, I saw what I thought was a fight. My brother Charles and Lester Lewis and myself ran to see who it was, you know, exactly, you know how young people do, just being nosy. And there was a group of fellas singing. It was Gregory Booker, John Savage, Michael Cardenas, and Robert Williams. And when I found there wasn't a fight, I stuck my head through the crowd and asked them if they needed a bass singer. And I said, you sound like a tenor. I said, I can sing bass. You know, disguise my voice. So he asked me to meet them down at Thelma Records the next day, and they gave me the location. To make it easier for me, they said it was right next door to Lucky Strike Bowling Alley. And I said, Lucky Strike Bowling Alley? And the song that we were singing was a song I wrote in high school called Dear Said, the Wise One. And Mrs. Coleman liked it. I think that was the reason why she wouldn't know who I was, because they had made mention that I was the writer. Okay, now by me being a writer, or by me being a writer or a writer, then there's a possibility I had some other stuff. And they called me into the office. It was Don Davis, Thelma Gordy, Richard Street, and Pop Coleman, Mrs. Coleman's husband. And they asked me how would I like to sing by myself. And by me being as young as I was, they said, oh wow, those are my friends. And it was put to me in these words, well, they'll still be your friends. And I had a song that I was humming that my brother Charles and I used to, the name of the song was Welfare Cheese. We used to make like little parols about, I can tell by your needs you've been eating welfare cheese, you know, just sitting around. Don Davis heard it, and he said, it was catchy. And they, as a matter of fact, they nicknamed me Cheese. That was my nickname, my pen name. And we went to United Sound after everything had been rehearsed and worked out. He called me into the office and gave me a song, and so when I signed it, one thing led to another. After the signing of the contract, I think that was in March of '62. Then after that, we went to United Sound, and I recorded a Welfare Cheese and a song called The Monkey.
Day, we make it on down the mighty way. Oh, but mister, won't you please now send me some of that welfare cheese?
Normally, when they gave me a song to record, I had to my access a 7.5 tape and a web core 7.5 machine. They would leave the room and come back when they came back. I had what was good enough to go to the studio. I was blessed in that sense. I remember 2 or 3 times that somebody actually sit down and work with me on a song. That was Joey Kingfish, that was Don Manchel, and on 2 occasions, Clarence McMurray. But other than that, pretty much everybody would just say, give Cheese the tape, take to rehearse, and we'd go in the studio and record.
Late at night, yeah, stand by me. Oh, Jimmy's going steady with a girl named Kay. And John, he got married the other day. But I'm like a shit when lost on the sea. I had nobody to stand by me. I need a sweet girl to stand by me. I need somebody to stand by me. I said I'm crazy. I must be crazy. Must be crazy. I said I've got to be crazy for loving you. I must be crazy.
The greatest musicians in the whole wide world. And when I say the greatest, I mean they're known everywhere. People like James Jamerson, Robert White, Pistol, Benny Benjamin, Popcorn Wilder, Floyd Jones, Al Watson. These were very, very noted musicians, just to name a few.
Sometimes I sit down and wonder why I'm blessed with a love like you. My little life is so full of strife, except those heavenly moments I spent with you. And I know I'm lucky to love my sweet girl like you. I'm lucky to be loved by you. I'm lucky to be loved by sweet thing like you. Lucky to be loved by you.
Don't tease me,
Oh, baby,
don't tease me,
don't you ever do it, love. No, please don't tease me, baby. If you don't want me, why won't you set me free, girl? Don't leave me on. Our love seems to be falling apart. I believe you don't have it at home, so why not try making a new start? I have suffered and I have paid. Don't leave me on. Now let me tell you.
I'm a peace-loving man. I didn't know if that had some sort of Vietnam type.
That was my reason for really feeling like I felt about that song, because of the war in Vietnam. Dennis Coffey, which is another noted musician, he played acoustical guitar on that particular song. Oh yeah, I'm telling you, I had great people.
Have you ever searched like I had to find somewhere to have peace of mind? One day we're all gonna look up. It's gonna be the end of the line. We got to stop this war as quick as we can. 'Cause I wanna settle down and find me somewhere to find. The messages she sends me are sweet as honey from the bees. Each of us seems to hypnotize, and yet I know they always belong. She keeps on telling me.
That was written by John Jones and his brother Taye.
You got shot and killed, John Jones.
John Jones, I don't know exactly the extent of his affiliation with the music business per se, but I know he was a wonderful person because the session, I remember him going into his pocket to pay for it. That was, to me, it was like, is the word correct to say it's epitaph? I've got to run for my life. Nobody knew where he was running. But then shortly after the song was written and released, that was no more John Jones. So, and if you notice, it says, I'm a man in distress. I can't seem to find no happiness. This girl's love has poisoned me. And I've got to make a move if I want to be free. This thing I'm under, there's no illusion. There's no conclusion.
I'm a man in distress, 'cause I can't find no happiness. This girl's love is poisoning me, and I've got to make a move if I wanna be free. This thing I'm under is no illusion. I finally came to the only conclusion. I've got to run for my life. I've got to keep on running. Somebody have mercy now.
Mr. Ed Wingate had a group called Fantastic Four. James Epps, Sweet James, and I went to junior high school together. And when he heard the song, he said, I want to use that for Sweets because they were just coming on a hit record, The Whole World at the Stage. And it broke my heart because I had to hand deliver the 7.5 to Sweet James. And when I heard him do it, I was happy because it was a hit for him. It was a hit for me. I knew that. And Mike said, I got a song that's better than that. I said, you gotta be kidding. And when I heard More Love,
I've got a big heart full of love for you, darling, with sweetness and devotion. Listen, and I want you to use it just like you used it. Your hand lotion. Don't be afraid. Take it, honey. Have no fear of being denied. Oh, and it's here for you, baby. And I'm gonna keep you well supplied because I've got it here.
and then on the flip side, I did A Letter from Vietnam, which went over big in other areas. Robert Seymour used to love it on swinging time. He played it every day.
Take care. Don't let a friend say you wrong. Oh no, my pretty. There's so much confusion in our lives today that could turn our hearts another way. And beware. Don't let the time seem so long. Oh, so long.
The people they used to do background work for me was people like, and they were great singers, Pat Lewis, Diane Lewis, George Vincent. These are people that went on to higher heights. You know, they did television shows, and every song I've ever done, For the exception of welfare cheese, these particular girls have been used, and I'm just talking about phenomenal work.
Now you ask me if there'll ever come a time when I'll grow tired of you. Never, 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 baby. Oh, never. Look at here.
Emanuel Taylor and Chico Leverett, they were with Dr. William Kyle on Grand River between Clarendon and Fernwood on the west side of Detroit. Right.
That little studio up there?
Yeah. And upstairs over his office on Grand River, there was an 8-track. And what they would do with the 8-track was overdone, make it 16 tracks. And they did that a couple of times, and the sound to me was a little different from what I was used to, but it was a good record.
Yeah. Wanna talk about the woman I love one time. Listen, anytime I need the girl of mine. She's never too late. She's always there on time. And when things just don't seem to go right, she's always in her arms, holding me tight. She's just the way I want her to be. Singing coaching all over me. She's just the way.
I had a bad Christmas that year. He said, "You need some money, man?" And I said, "Do I need money?" "Sure." And he gave me in advance. And it was funny because Chico Leverett and I rode around for about 6 hours in the cab. The cab fare was almost as much as the check. It was funny. I went back to Dr. Kyle and told him, I said, "You know, I can't do anything with this check, but the record had been recorded." He said, "Don't worry about it. I'll take care of it." And I searched for Dr. Kyle because he was busy. He had a lot of clients.
Yeah.
And he finally gave me some money. He said, "Merry Christmas." And I didn't know exactly what they were going to, because the record was not complete. They never did complete the record.
You're the girl of my life, oh yeah. Listen, that walked down the aisle with another and said I do. And it seems so doggone senseless, woman, that I'm dying of hurt after being the cause of losing you. Listen, remember me always, always, yeah. Remember me, I beg of you, honey, Lord, Lord, Lord.
Then I ran into a fellow by the name of Dennis Talley. And Dennis had a wife, Edith, that really liked my music, but I never knew it until one day we went to, we were going to go to the studio, and I heard them talking. She said, "I'm not spending my money on anybody but Emanuel." You know, because he had other artists that he wanted. She said, "No, nobody but Emanuel Laskey. Now, if you're gonna use my money for anybody else, forget it. I'm not doing it." That made me happy. That led to me doing
Remember Me Always?
right. And I did the ad-lib part to the B-side. I got no credit for it. And I sang that song with an asthma attack. I had an asthma attack.
Another record that came out with Dennis Talley, I'd Rather Leave on My Feet.
That was written by Clyde Milton. And what happened was, Dennis had a track. He had a lacquer. And I heard it. And as I listened to it, it sounded relatively well enough to really do something. And there was not a lyric to that song at that time. And Clyde Milton said, "Oh wow, you gonna get Emanuel to this?" And the lacquer he gave me with a handful of lyric, and I just finished it off for him.
You got me working 2 jobs now, trying to get us ahead, babe. But then I let you keep it living on my knees, honey. I'd rather be on my 2 feet and somewhere dead. Listen, baby, I wanna tell you something. You just don't know how lucky you are. But this is what I wanna tell you, honey, is keep me crying won't get us very far. Crying won't do nothing, dear, but make me get up and